Let's go. Is that quiet for you guys? How's that? Oh yeah, I'm in the pressure exchange chamber. Oh yeah, my notebook! It's fine? Okay. Okay, where is the PEC? That's the crew quarters, that's the treatment center, that's the director's office, that's the lab. Here's the PEC. Maybe a little loud, can't tell for sure yet. Alright. Also, I have dinner. It's soup. What do we think? Oh, I already switched it to easy. Thank you, me. Barometer. You think it's a little loud? Okay. What about... I'll do 17. How's that? Pressure in here is 1.5 atmospheres. Locked. X-ray vision. Okay. Sounds alright? Okay, good. Fittingly, it appears to be locked. Won't open. This one's not, though. Huh. Really? I'm not clicking on the light, but okay. But hello, everyone. Don't write it, Tenmyoji. I don't think he wants to. Is there nothing else down here? Oh my god, there really isn't. Can't get to the key. 25113, huh? Hello, Theta. We don't have those symbols. Up we go! Some of my soup. Ah, behind the bowl is hot. What are the protective suits? You managed to get it on? Yeah. Won't open. how's Val doing? Val's doing great. He was just being dramatic. Pipes. Nothing suspicious here. Pipes. A pipe. Give me a P! Give me an I. What is wrong with you? Yeah, Val being a diva? Preposterous. Jumpy could be crawling through those pipes if he got very lost. That's right. Okay, there's the safe. Wonder what these are about. No idea. What's gonna... you think we're supposed to sit on the stool? What's gonna happen if we do that? It'll go round and round and round and you'll get dizzy. I'm just messing with you. You see how there's this sort of panel thing here? I think this machine is some kind of scanner. Alright. This is the machine. A cord. A USB, not a USB-C. Interesting. Manual. Oh, you mean that thing about how we had to wear the protective suits to enter the decompression chamber. Drawing, huh? Aha! Pink, orange, yellow, green, white, black. This is a chair, right? I'd call it a bench. Hey, same difference. You put your butt on it either way. Huh. Maybe it's a clue. Part of the seat is torn. Part of the corner is gone. Did you eat it, Sigma? No! Trapezoid, something that looks like a diamond. Arrow, a star, a cylinder. Two triangles pointing at one another like an hourglass. Huh, it won't open. No keyhole here either. So we can't open it, huh? You sure he isn't part husky? Well, he doesn't do a lot of screaming. Someone who isn't Fido of chewing up furniture. Door we came through. No, he's not afraid to bark, that's for sure. Okay, we can solve this. Right? No, we can't. Not yet. We have this bench, but we don't have another bench yet. Back down it is, then. You could if I peek in the notebook. I could. But would I? Oh yeah, I forgot. With WASD, you can look up and down. Oh my god. What the fuck is that? There's a file there! Oh, hold on. been able to do that? Why is there a file down there? Oh, wait, I know what that file is. Now that we've got these things on, we can go inside, right? The handle still won't move. Security. Pink, orange, yellow, green, black, white. Nice. The entire game. Ugh. Good job, you did it! Nice work. We can go in here now. I did! We beat the game. We beat, Tales of Symphonia. It's very epic. He was very tired. That door is welded shut. Looks like it. How are you so nonchalant? Yeah. He plans on writing a review and making like a video. But he did have some thoughts since he already had the first half of it written out. I think he liked the game. So she leaves. Yeah. Goes. What the hell was that noise? No. Got a bad feeling about this. Second. We're sort of, it won't budge. Pressure differential is too great to open door. Well, crap. Tablet looks like the battery is dead. Do you think we could break the window with the bench? What? I'd like to know what they mean, but I've got more pressing concerns at the moment. Are you insane? That window has to stand up to ridiculous pressure differences. We're not gonna break it with a bench. Ah, it got big. Must be the difference in pressure. I think it might be about to pop. My God. What's wrong? Needles all the way to the left. Pressure in here is 0. 0? That means we're in a vacuum! Yeah, that's about the size of it. Shit. Without these suits, we'd be toast. The hell are you doing? That's a decompression button. It's not gonna do us any good now. That should be the pressurization button. Hit it! Right. Insufficient power for repressurization. Please route additional power. Well, that's that, I guess. Damn it! There's a key up here. No keyholes? Hey, Clover! Clover, can you hear me? You don't need to yell. Huh? These helmets must have a radio. We should have realized that earlier. How else would we have been able to talk to each other after we put them on? Oh, yeah. Just the excitement of the moment and everything. Yeah, we're locked. Can you look around to see if there's anything useful? There's nothing in there that can help us. Is there anything in that box? No, it's empty. What's the gauge say? It hasn't changed. It's showing the pressure on this side. What? Doesn't it look like there's something under that machine? Yeah, I remembered. I was like, why can I not interact with that? And then I realized, oh yeah, it was for this part. Right. This is to get out, but we don't need that yet. Sheet of metal. No good. It's not going anywhere. Wonder if... I'm holding the key, by the way. Poke. It popped! Don't worry, I think that was the point. There was something inside. Apparently it was inside the other Zero Jr. There's Zero Jr. inside of Zero Jr. This thing's pissing me off. Well, I don't like it either, but we don't really have a choice, do we? If it's here, then it's probably part of one of these puzzles. Okay, fine. All that's left of Zero Jr. He gave his life for something. So cute. When he exploded, I think he bent this metal plate over here. Take a look. Okay. You would pocket it and keep it. Uh-huh, right. Yellow one or purple one? This is a laser emitter. Damn it. It's tab, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Stop. Wrong button. Aha! Right. There we go. Says the person who carried it around Shakespeare. Maybe now we can get out of here. Alright, press it! Press the damn pressurization button! We are no longer in a vacuum. White to purple. True. Yellow to pink, blue to green. Easy. Good work. We are free! Now we can actually look at this, right? A bench. Kerpow! That's a punch. Moo. That's a ranch. Corner here is ripped. I wish I was ripped. What? I keep working out, but nothing. These are the bits of the first Zero Junior, right? I saw it pop when you guys were in there. Kind of freaked me out. Maybe you need to work on your quads. Okay, we have some keys. Or a key. Good, it opened. There's something in here. Huh, is this a journal? Archive, huh? Right. Oh god. Oh, you finally have a solution to this. 25113. Correlating to the bench downstairs in the pressurization chamber. Or the decompression chamber. Whatever. That room to the one upstairs. It is cylinder? Hourglass. Star, star. Diamond. Oh my god, it's so cute! How the hell is this cute? It's hideous. Really think so? Guys. Did you look at the stomach? Creepy. What do you think it means? It has a USB port. Where? The hell are you seeing this USB port? I don't see it. Oh well. I agree, Clover. This is a locker. Locker? I don't even know her. That's pretty bad, Clover. I didn't realize clicking on the locker made Clover say something. Maybe it's for a kid. For you? Of course not. I know I'm a tiny, delicate flower, but even I wouldn't fit into this. But who would it fit? Zero Junior in suit. Tenmyoji seems to think it goes over there. Where? Can we take these off now? Ah! Feels much better. Clover, you're drenched in sweat. Hey, you're not thinking creepy stuff, are you? Of course not. You better not, like, smell mine or something, Sigma. I'm offended you would even suggest such a thing. Oh my god, this is Clover's suit. Maybe just once. Who would it hurt? No, you idiot. What are you thinking? This isn't the time for that. But just a little. Sigma. Smell. Why does she smell like old people and booze? Hey, what are you doing, you creep? Sigma, that's my suit. Oh my god. I've never done that before. Oh, that was terrible. This is a locker. Sure, Quark's alright. Why would you think of that right now? Lockers just reminded me of him. He's loved hiding in him ever since he was this high. Aww. You knew about that the first time you played? Oh. Alright, Theta, enjoy your lurk. You would have asked if I didn't do it. put that doll on here, but... It's like that did the trick. The Zero Jr. doll has been dressed in the small protective suit and is now standing on the chair. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Kind of. So this is blue. That's red. That's black. That's green. Magenta, yellow, blue. $117. That's the blue password. Star, moon, moon. Yeah. Now, the more confusing one is this one. Luckily, I think I have the solution to this. So we need cyan, red, blue, yellow, cyan, red, blue, yellow, magenta, black. There's 6. Cyan, green. Black, blue, yellow, which is 2. Cyan, green, black, magenta, yellow, which is 3. You deserve a pat on the back. Don't patronize me. This one's different. And we have all of this done. Safe. And 623 can't even go through the number 9 door. You're right. Okay, star, moon, moon. Hooray! It opened! Okay, secret. So we do it again. With moon, sun, star. N 117 can, but doesn't make sense for there to be 2 of the same person. Looks like that did it. Looks like there's a lot in here. Let's grab the map. Even though it's underneath everything. I don't know why we grab stuff from the bottom. Moon cards. You're the solo, so you take it. In Clover will take the pair. Memory card. The key! The key! Let's get out of here! And we're free! Beautiful. Is this another warehouse?
Looks just like the one on the last floor.
There's even a big old door in the same spot where the number 9 door is in the other warehouse.
True, but it's rusted over. I don't think it's opening anytime soon.
No lever to open it anyway, that I can see.
Alright, get out of here, Journal. We don't need you right now. Well, shoot. Couldn't possibly open that with our bare hands.
Duh. How much do you think that thing weighs?
You'd have about as much luck trying to lift a pickup truck, even if it was unlocked.
I want to know what those are.
Those white doors?
Are they chromatic doors?
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, look at this. It's one of those things that says lock.
Yeah, just like the ones next to the other chromatic doors.
So you're saying the chromatic doors for the next round are white?
Yeah, they were different colors before, but...
Guess things have changed for this round.
Before we could discuss the doors any further, a familiar robotic voice crackled over the speakers.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
What?
One of the other teams opened the gate early.
What in the hell they do that for? We haven't even started back yet. Never mind, White. We just need to get back up there pronto. I'm worried about Quark. We need to hook up with Alice and Kay. The sooner the better.
Right, got it.
Let's go.
Just casually enjoying some food, don't mind me. We returned to the Flore warehouse to find only 2 people waiting for us. Kay, who'd gone through the red door, and Dio, who'd gone through the green door.
Where's Quark?
Yeah, very nearly.
We took him to the infirmary. At the moment, Alice, Phi, and Luna are looking after him.
Is he all right?
I don't know if I would describe him as all right, but apparently his condition has not worsened, if that's what you mean. He is still resting. However, we...
Good. I'm going to the infirmary.
Tenmyoji, please, wait!
Tenmyoji ignored Kay and took off at a run through the yellow door.
Oh dear, he's gone. There was something I needed to tell him.
Well, it's not like it matters. The girls will just tell him when he gets there. He ought to calm down once he's seen the kid.
Clover and I looked at one another, eyebrows raised.
What are they going to tell him?
Well, you see...
What?
You found virus medicine in the laboratory?
Yes, Unfortunately, we found only a single vial.
Then we can cure Quark's Radical 6!
So it would seem.
Well, I guess we should head over to the infirmary and see how he's doing. Come on, let's go.
Right behind you. He should be fine now. It might take some time for him to recover fully, but the worst is over.
Luna's voice was quiet as she stepped back from Quark. She held an injection gun with an empty vial. Delicately, she placed it back in the cabinet. Quark had been laid out on a crude cot and was still sound asleep. His breathing was even, and his expression was peaceful. He looked like any other child, sleeping soundly after a long day of doing whatever it is children do to amuse themselves. Any trace of the insanity he'd shown earlier was nowhere to be found.
Is he really going to be okay?
Yes, we analyzed the vial and confirmed that it was definitely Excelsior.
Speaking of, I need to look at my image of the timeline.
Now that I've administered it,
The Excelsior should eradicate the virus completely given enough time, right?
yes, that should be the case.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, what a relief.
Things are looking pretty sketchy there for a while, that's for sure.
I felt some of the tension disappear from my shoulders, and I let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. We weren't out of the woods yet, but at least Quark was safe.
Ooh.
Tenmyoji let out a long, shaky sigh and lowered himself onto one of the empty beds. Oops, wrong button. I mean, yeah, I did that on purpose. Keep checking my information. He rubbed his hands wearily across his face, and I thought I saw the glint of tears.
Alice, you and Kay, I don't know what to say other than thanks. You saved his life. I don't know the words to tell you how much that means to me.
Oh, please. It was nothing. Really. We just happened to be the ones who went through the red door.
Where is Kay? He's not in here.
He's still in the warehouse. Dio and Kay stayed behind.
They went there to wait for you guys while we came back here. We figured someone should explain what was going on so you wouldn't come back to an empty warehouse.
So Dio and Kay were the ones who opened the AB gates?
Not both of them. There was only one door open.
We left them there.
Well, we should get back and tell them how Quark's doing.
Get it? Because Dio is a clone of brother's younger sibling left.
Kay will want to know at least.
Yeah, you're right. I nodded and headed back toward the other side of the room. I was nearly there when Tenmyoji suddenly spoke.
That's right. You know that memory card we found?
This thing?
Yeah, I think I know how we can take a look at what's on it. What, you don't remember? There was a memory card just like it that we used to solve the puzzles in here.
Yeah, he's right. There's a slot next to the screen. It should work for this one, too.
Oh yeah, there is. Right, yeah. Well, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, I want to see what's on it.
I do too. Okay, just give me a minute here. Slid the card into the slot next to the screen. No sooner had I done so than an image of a waveform popped up on the screen.
Is there an audio file on here?
Is my favorite character in this game? I can't say 10 me. Can I? Probably not. Fire Clover. Five's pretty good. I do like Fi a lot. There's nothing wrong with Fi. I'm using some biases that should not apply independently to this game.
Why don't we turn up the volume a bit?
Luna tapped a few things on the screen, and a bar began to move across the screen. Before long, a voice drifted out of the speakers.
This is Control. How's it going over there? Bet you missed the sound of my voice, huh? Well, I gotta be honest. It's getting pretty lonely over here, too.
Saying someone is best means everyone else sucks. I guess, character I like the most in this game. It's probably... Honestly, it's probably Alice. It takes way too long depending on which way you go, or honestly, it doesn't matter. Once you have the information and actually go down Alice's route towards her ending, it's like, wow, she's really cool. But she doesn't get to do anything in most of the timelines because she dies after the second door in almost every single one of them, and it's like, darn.
Feeling kind of like howling at the moon, lone wolf style. Speaking of which, I'm looking at it right now. The old girl is beautiful. Never seen a moon this full. And that color. Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh? The moon's this amazing red. If it wasn't so beautiful, it'd be kind of ominous. Wish you guys could see it too, but... sorry, forgot. You're supposed to be on Mars, aren't you? So, how are Phobos and Deimos looking right now?
2028? Future. Yeah, we got kidnapped on December 25th, 2028.
Sure hope I'll get to look up at them someday, too.
At 3 in the morning.
Anyway, over. Hey, something wrong? Talk to me, guys. What, you gonna play hard to get because we haven't talked in so long? Enough jokes, all right? Knock it off. Where are you guys? Is there something wrong with the radio? You're saying everything's green? Well then, what the hell's going on here? Why aren't they responding? No, the video feed's online.
Because our affair made us do our homework at last minute.
Look, you can see all 9 of them, 3 at each table. What? Someone hacked our feed? What do you mean this isn't live? An old clip on repeat? Who would do that? What in the hell is happening here? This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. Please come in. I'm asking you to respond.
This is...
Oh, thank God. You really had me worried there. What happened?
6 of us are... dead.
What?
Counting myself, there are only 3 left.
How? Why are...
They were killed.
What?
I guess you could say I killed them. No, that's not quite right. Not just them. Not just these 6.
I love this line.
All of them. All 6 billion. Soon, I will have killed 6 billion people.
Are you there? Respond! Damn it. This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. We have an emergency situation.
Or Bailey.
We have an unconfirmed report of 6 deceased test subjects. Deploy rescue and escort teams to the test site immediately. Shit. What the hell happened in there?
Is that it?
Yes.
What on earth was that?
Any ideas? I got only frowns and shaken heads in response. Only one person showed a reaction other than stunned confusion. And Miyoji. Long after the audio ended, he stared at the screen, deep in thought.
Do you know something, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, I think I know what that was. It's probably a transmission from the Mars mission test site.
Mars?
I'm sorry, what?
You mean some kind of space travel?
What kind of test site was it?
Did you know that the government is developing spaceships with particle annihilation engines? These ships would be able to get humans to Mars a lot faster than old chemical rockets.
Kinda did, yeah.
But they don't want to just send a manned Mars mission off half-cocked. That was the idea behind this test. They built a whole complex on this old Air Force base in Nevada. The idea was that it would be a simulation of a manned mission to Mars with a crew of 9 men and women. They'd monitor the whole thing and use that data to plan the real mission.
So, what we just listened to was a transmission from that project?
Yeah,
Why is something like that here?
don't know why. We found it in the safe. No explanation. Dollars to donuts, it's got something to do with Zero's plan.
You mean we were meant to hear what was on that card?
Yeah.
It's all very interesting, but how exactly do you know about all this?
Oh, about the simulated Mars mission?
Yes.
I was involved with the project.
Involved?
The intent was to create as accurate a simulation as possible. That meant we'd need to simulate the radio silence we'd experienced during conjunction.
What's a conjunction?
It means two things in space are close to each other. In this case, we're talking about a superior conjunction, where Mars and Earth are on the exact opposite sides of the Sun. So unless we've got some sort of relay, there'll be a period of time where we won't be able to communicate with each other. What we heard on that card was when the simulated conjunction was scheduled to end.
That's when they died.
Now, we don't know that. They could have died long before that conversation. All we know is that's when it was discovered.
So 6 of the test subjects died, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you remember what she said? There was something about how she didn't just kill 6 people. She said 6 billion. What the heck did she mean by that?
Just what the hell happened there?
Tenmyoji frowned and looked down at the floor. We were all silent as he paced slowly back and forth across the room. At last, he stopped, raised his head, and spoke.
The truth is that there's a chance a virus escaped from the test site.
A virus? Wait, you don't mean...
Yeah, Radical 6.
What? How can that be?
I'm just telling you what I know, okay? Nobody's sure how Radical 6 got in there in the first place, but one of the subjects might have been infected when they entered. Or the virus itself might have been an intentional part of the simulation. The test site deaths became the index case for a pandemic. Anyway, prevailing wisdom says it got out somehow. And once it was out, it spread pretty quick. All across the planet.
And it killed 6 billion people?
No, not directly. Best numbers put only a third or so of those deaths as directly caused by Radical 6. The other 4 billion died from the collapse caused by the deaths of that first third. The whole world just fell apart.
Wow, damn. I have a lot of questions. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start knowing where to start. Well, no, take that back. Explain that date. Unless I heard this wrong, the day the Radical 6 got out was December 31st, 2028.
Yeah.
But the day I got grabbed by the guy in the gas mask was December 25th, 2028.
Me too. Christmas Day.
I was kidnapped on Christmas, too.
Clover and I were taken 3 days earlier, on the 22nd.
Yeah.
Then you see what I'm saying, right? That recording was made close to a week after we were all picked up. What the hell is going on here? That thing is from the future!
You see,
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, Any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
We're out of time. We need to go back to the warehouse.
Wait, you haven't answered.
Don't care. I need more than 10 minutes to explain everything.
I don't think he's gonna tell us, Jumpy. He doesn't have 10 minutes.
Half-assing it is just gonna make you more confused. Now get moving. That's enough! Shut your damn hole or I'm picking Betray!
Hey, come on now.
Fine. Do what you want, but I need to get back to the AB rooms. I'd like to stay with Quark. He seems to be doing all right.
I'll stay here with him. Fi can do the voting for our pair. I can trust her. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, if you'd be willing to do that, I'd be much obliged. Thanks, Luna. Take good care of him.
Excuse me.
Of course. I'll make sure everything goes fine.
Tenmyoji gave her one last nod, then turned and dashed out of the infirmary. This is one of my louder sneezes. Well, that's that, I guess. We should probably be going too.
Yes. We'll just have to wait to hear the rest of what he has to say later.
I'd rather just get it all out in the open now, but there's not much we can do.
Let's get going then.
We returned to the warehouse to find only Kay. I explained what had happened with Quark, then glanced around the room. Hey, where's Dio?
He has gone into his AB room.
Already?
Indeed.
Then he opened the first AB gate, right?
Of course.
This is bad. I won't be able to talk with him. This is going to limit my choices.
You've only got one BP left, don't you?
Yeah. Luna's the same.
If Vi chooses Ally and Dio picks Betray...
Fi and Luna will be penalized.
I don't have a choice. I'll have to pick Betray. The risk with Ally is just too high.
Especially with him with 6 points. Hey Alice, don't you have one BP too?
That's right. But Kay and I will be playing against Quark.
And he'll just default to Ally. I guess you don't need to worry about getting penalized then, huh?
Well, what if Alice and Kay choose Betray?
You needn't worry. That will not happen. Even though, as you have told me, Quark is recovering, he is still weak. Moreover, he is only a child. To betray an innocent child would be...
Yeah, that would be unthinkable. Even if you ignore his age or condition, it's hardly fair to take advantage of someone who can't vote.
So you'll vote to Ally?
Yes.
Of course.
Well then, shall we go?
Yes.
Without saying anything, Fi turned and walked into the room just left of theirs. I didn't read when Alice and Kay went into the one adjacent to Dio. It's whatever. That left only myself, Clover, and Tenmyoji.
Do you remember what you said to me when you chose the blue door? Something about how you'd convince me to choose Ally? Seems like now would be the time to let me know how you're going to convince me.
Well, it's not that complicated. I promised you that Clover and I will vote Ally. That's it, pretty much.
I see. And you figure I'll believe you because you've only got one BP. Once you've told me that you plan to ally, I won't be able to choose Betray. Since if you're telling the truth...
You'll kill me.
Not a bad plan, but it assumes that I've taken killing you off the table. Seems like a risky bet for you.
Betraying the kid would make this an unconscionable game.
And
I
why is
disagree.
that?
Clover's BP is 6. If you escape, or sorry, if you ally and we betray, then she'd have enough points to escape, right? She could run off through the number 9 door as soon as this round is over.
I'd never...
That's easy for you to say. But think about it from my perspective. Sure, you might not, but you also might. If I guess wrong, that's a pretty big loss for me.
Well, what if Clover tries to seduce you to get what she wants?
Okay, that basically confirms this one. Because I said I wasn't gonna get the bad endings that I think are dumb. Or the ones that are very painfully obvious that it's just like, you either get tied up or nothing really happens and they just don't trust you and you wake up later and you're alone and you're like, oh no. Or like trusting Kay. I didn't do that. I ain't choosing Betray for Clover neither. Sigma may be a simp, but he's not that bad. Not in my universe. What?
Huh?
That's just an example. What I'm trying to say is that once you two are in that room, Clover might try and make some sort of bargain with you.
Kay tiptoeing out is great, though.
I'm asking what you're going to do if that happens. Are you sure you'll still choose Ally?
Seduce me, huh?
Hey! What are you staring at, you perv? There's no way on earth I'd do anything like that! Ugh! As if! In your dreams, creep.
Well, that's that then. Not gonna lie, though, I'm a little disappointed.
So I can trust you. You're gonna choose Ally.
Yeah,
You can trust us.
Promise.
of course.
We promise.
All right. I guess I'll vote Ally too then.
Yay.
3 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, looks like we don't have much time left. I'm trusting you.
I'm trusting you too. Tenryoji gave us a curt nod, then turned and strode into the second AB room from the left. Right, well, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Well, you get to watch her try. Congrats, Theta. She is certainly going to try. This is probably one of the dumbest, if not the
Hey,
dumbest,
Sigma,
bad
I
ending or
wanted to
game
ask you
over.
something.
Look, listen to her proposal. What's up?
Could you pick Betray for me?
What?
I mean, I could try and, like, tackle you, but you're so big and strong, you'd probably just throw me on the ground and that'd be it.
Yeah, well,
So I thought I might as well just ask you really nicely. Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to, pay you back. If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
this is terrible acting. Yes, it is. Anything?
Yep, anything. So think carefully, okay? If you choose Ally, you're trusting him with your life.
Knock her out. No. We can't do that. Yeah, if he chooses Betray, it's all over.
Uh-huh. Are you really, really sure you can trust that old fart?
Clover, just please stop. Hey now, that's not very nice.
The only safe choice is to pick Betray.
But if he chooses Ally and we don't,
Then I'll have 9 BP. But you don't need to worry about that. Even if I do get 9 BP, I won't just go and open the number 9 door all by myself. I mean, Alice wouldn't have 9 points yet, and I can't leave her behind.
no, you're stupid and I don't trust you. Yeah, well, Clover's not... Okay, Clover's pretty dumb in some aspects, but I wouldn't say she's stupid. She's just reading it correctly. The pressure exchange chamber thing with the suit. She knows Sigma, at least enough of him by this point.
Please, will you pick Betray?
20 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Clover isn't the brightest tool in the fridge. The voting machine was in front of me. I didn't have much time left to think. Would I keep my promise to Tenmyoji and pick Ally? Or would I betray him for Clover? And...
If you just pick betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
In the end, there was only one possible answer.
1.
She can solve any puzzle in this game.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
She's dangerous.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Sorry, Clover. Sigma's not a simp in this universe. Holy shit, I lost 7,000 frames. When the fuck did that happen?
Results
Dangerous
from
in
round
certain
2
timelines,
of
yes.
the Ambidex
That's the
game
fine print.
will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results
Things to
screen.
make Clover dangerous. Things to not do around Clover. 1. Kill her brother. 2. Kill her friends. Yeah, get wrecked, Clover. Good. Not surprised. Hell yeah. Three, let her near a weapon. That's also true.
Points have been assigned.
Although
or
that's in
subtracted
congruence with one of the
accordingly.
first two conditions being met.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Whew, 3 points.
Looks like you managed to trust me.
Well, it seems like I made the right choice.
Only did what I said I would.
You really helped me out. Thanks.
I could say the same thing. No need for thanks.
The corner of his mouth twitched into a grin. I felt myself smile a little in response. Clover, on the other hand, looked less than pleased.
That was a bad choice, Sigma. And after I'd told you I'd listen to anything you said. Oh well, whatever.
She sighed heavily, shot me one last annoyed look, and stalked off. Yeah, the whole joke of the bad ending is she opens the number 9 door and we're like, you said that you'd listen to anything I said, and she's like, yeah, I'm listening to you right now. She didn't say that she'd do anything he said. It's that she'd listen to whatever he said. And that's, yeah. Across the room, Dio and Phi are already confronting one another over their own results. Yeah, it's like... Girl, what the fuck you want?
You
But
tried
this is-
to kill me and Luna.
This is Sigma we're talking about.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Don't give me that. You know exactly what I was doing. I knew you weren't stupid enough to pick Ally.
His characterization is surprisingly intelligent, horny college guy.
You defend yourself with betray, just like I would. Wait, where's Luna?
In the infirmary, looking after Quark.
Is that where Alice went too?
Alice? No, she went into one of the AB rooms with Kay.
Yes, we did indeed enter together. When the doors opened, however, she left, somewhat unsteadily, in the direction of the cyan door.
The crew quarters.
She left the warehouse?
Indeed.
Without even checking the results?
Correct. There was little reason to check them.
Yeah, it's not like Quark was gonna betray you.
She spoke in such a condescending way that you wouldn't believe her to begin with.
Indeed.
I can't wait to be done with this game and then have to deal with the AB game. I hate that one. I love the text meme that comes from it though. Why the fuck did you betray me? Points. You betrayed me first. Third person. I don't care who did it first. I'm finishing it. Bludgeons you to death with a fucking fire extinguisher.
And you two still choose ally.
Yeah, the AB game shows up once in the third game, but only once. And it... I think it's a self-inflicted, like a self-tortured joke of the AB concept in the second game was pretty bad, wasn't it? Where it's like, no matter what you chose, the other person chose the opposite, so if you allied, they betrayed, so when you go back and you choose betray, they ally, and you're like, bro, what the fuck, you betrayed last time, and the other character's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, I should be pissed at you. Except, it ends in a, not a great way, but a more satisfying way.
Man, what a pair of bleeding hearts.
If you say so. Being mocked for my compassion is a small price to pay for retaining my humanity.
Where did Alice run off to?
While we were in the AB room,
Something
she
you remembered,
mentioned
but it's a
being
long
quite
story.
tired.
It's okay. You want to talk about it, you can. Feel free.
Perhaps she went to one of the cabins to rest.
Oh, well, I guess that would make sense.
Like, I don't hate this game, but it does have a lot of jank. The 016 thing is probably the most frustrating thing for me. Actually, no. No, yeah, it is. It is the 016 thing. Because it's not the, oh, it's 016. It's what happens after that, tied to 016. That just like... An ominous rumble filled the warehouse. Like, I think this game is fun and funny. But I definitely like the third one and the first one more than this one.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates.
But everyone who knows this series knows that even if you do, like, really dislike this game, trying to explain what happened during it while playing the third one, like, imagine skipping this. And for people who had never seen, like, if you went from 999 to Zero Time Dilemma, there's such a disconnect between the two that it would be impossible to just try to explain what the fuck happened in it. So this game is very necessary to understand what's going on in the third one. It's just not as good.
There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gate.
This is coming from the
can
person
be
who played
opened
the series.
as many times as
The documents
players
try,
wish
that's
to
true.
open
The
them.
documents do try. Emphasis on try, but hey, it's hard to compact down an entire game into, like, a couple of notes. We can open the gates as many times as we want. You skimmed them, and you're like, I know this. Yeah. It helps to read it. Not everybody does, though. But I feel like playing the game is a better experience because you do actually get, like, you don't get any context on, you know, the people who've played this game, you know. Can't see my mouse cursor, but it's circling something.
That means the star keys can be used to play the AB game any number of times.
I don't think there is any notes that would be able to explain that. Obviously not the best substitute, yeah.
If I understood that announcement correctly, that is.
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
But yeah. I think the only thing that's, like, that hurts about this game is how long it took for the third one to come out.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Oh, I'm a solo. Looks like all the colors are weird. Clover's a cyan pair, and Phi's a magenta pair, but Tenmyoji's a yellow pair.
The three solos are red, green, and blue. K's red, Dio's green, and you're blue.
Then how are we supposed to group up for the chromatic doors? I think they're gonna be white this time.
Ah, yes. Dio told me about them. Very interesting.
Yeah, they're white, all of them. I had a good look while I was waiting for Sigma to show up down in the warehouse.
Only 4 years? Yeah, 4 years is a long time for some people, though. I'm talking about people in the fandom who are like, oh yeah, I really like Sigma and Phi's dynamic. They make such a good couple. And then you play the third game 4 years later and you're like, oh. Oh no. Oh no. You should have seen them then too, Phi.
Yeah, I did. You're talking about the doors in the floor B warehouse,
Just
right?
little stuff like that. Yeah, so lay it on us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? I nodded and began to explain. Option A, Tenmyoji and me would form one group. Phi and Dio would form another group. Clover and K would form the third.
Huh? Wait, you mean there's only one option?
Yeah, there's no other way we can group up to make white. Alice, Luna, and Quark aren't here to show us their bracelets, so we don't know for sure what their colors are.
Wait. What are we waiting? Is it because of what I said? Yeah, Danganronpa wasn't as long because it wasn't localized right away. We got 1-2 reload. And V3 was really not that long behind. I mean, there were people who already had a following for it for like a while, and there was a fan translation, but yeah, in terms of like officially localized, which is when usually the most people consume a game, Danganronpa 1, Danganronpa 2, then there was 1-2 Reload, Ultra Despair Girls, and V3. They're all pretty close to one another.
But it's pretty clear they'll all be pairs, since none of the pairs here have a partner.
I know this because there's like a weird titling thing with Danganronpa 2. In 1-2 Reload specifically, Danganronpa 2 is just called Danganronpa 2. But I think on the Vita it was called Super Danganronpa 2 for some reason? Or before it got translated and localized, its direct translation was Super Danganronpa 2. I just know that some people call Danganronpa 2 Super Danganronpa 2, and it's like, why the super? Where did that come from? Because the version I played didn't call it that. So they'll be yellow, magenta, and cyan, right?
Right.
You think the Japanese version is super? Okay, yeah, then it's probably the... Still though, why was it called that?
Alright, what now? We've got plenty of time until those white doors open.
Yeah, about an hour it looks like.
I'm gonna go find Alice.
Of course. I'll come with you then.
Clover gave her a shrug, and the two of them headed out through the sign door.
Do I really need to say it?
The infirmary, right? You're gonna go check on Quark.
Yeah.
He gave me a nod and trotted out through the yellow door. That left only 3 of us. Dio, K, and myself. What are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head over to the lounge and have a drink. You wanna tag along, Kay?
Are you making fun of me? I find it rather hard to drink with this mask on.
Ah, right, of course. My bad. Well, I'm out. Later.
With a lazy wave of his hand, Dio slouched off toward the magenta door. It took me a moment to realize Kay was following him.
Hey, what is this? You following me?
No, you must be mistaken. I hope to investigate Floor B further. There are still several rooms I haven't visited.
Okay, okay. You don't have to tell me your life story. See ya.
Their conversation ended as they reached the door and stepped through it. Alright, what should I do?
Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh?
Of course. I need to get the rest of that story out of Tenmyoji. Yes. Words were scarcely out of my mouth before I set off at a dead run down the hallway and toward the infirmary. I could actually check. Huh? There's nobody here. Me. Yeah, 540. The room was completely empty. I edged forward and peeked around the partition. There he was, Tenmyoji. He was standing next to Quark, apparently oblivious to my presence, looking down at something in his hand. A picture? I must have made some small noise, because he suddenly looked up, saw me, and hastily shoved the photo back into his pocket. What was that? It was a photo of something, right? Was it yours?
Forget it. It's got nothing to do with you.
But all of the stuff we had with us when we got grabbed was taken away. Why were you hiding it?
Why should I tell all of you about one measly photo?
Anyway, where's Luna?
I asked her to leave. I wanted to be alone with Quark for a bit. So, why are you here?
I wanted to hear the rest.
The rest of what? What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about the simulated manned mission to Mars. We heard that recording about it.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I'm getting old. Memory's not what it used to be. Seem to be forgetting a lot of stuff lately.
Hey, nice try, pal, but you're not getting away with it this time. You remember something all right. You remember so much you told me it'd take way more than 10 minutes to tell it all.
You really sure you want to know?
Huh?
Maybe I'll tell you, and then you'll regret it. Maybe you'll wish you'd kept your fool mouth shut. Just think about all the hopes you've got for the future, and all the happy memories of your past. What if what I have to tell you makes everything you've ever believed ring hollow, and the whole world just crumbles around you? You sure you want that?
Hey, come on. You don't need to threaten me.
This isn't a threat. I'm being honest here. Are you really, truly prepared?
Well, of course. I never got the chance to say I am. Before I could, Fi exploded into the room, her face a mixture of anxiety and fear.
Good. There you are.
Did something happen?
Alice is... Look, just come with me, all right?
Alice is dead!
She's in the number 2 cabin.
Without waiting for our response, Fi spun around and ran back out of the room. Tenmyoji and I exchanged a quick, confused look, then leapt up and took off after her. Alice! First thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. It felt as if I'd walked straight into a brick wall. I stopped short, my body refusing to move. No. Why did this happen? I forced one shaking foot forward, then the next. My legs began to buckle, I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down. Calm down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still save her. Then at last I pressed my fingers to her neck. Its hopes were dashed. A pulse. Clearly she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. No. No, it's not true. Why? Then I noticed it. All the blood must have distracted me, but now I saw that there was a scalpel buried in her chest. Judging by the position of its handle, she had been stabbed through the heart. I felt a sympathetic twinge of pain in my own chest, and my stomach lurched. Bile and hopelessness rose up in my throat. I stood, hands balled tightly into white-knuckled fists, and took a deep breath. All around the room were the rest of the Nonary Games participants, except, of course, for Quark. I wanted to ask which one of them had killed her. Even if it had been one of them, though, there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at each one of them in turn, asking myself, is this person a murderer? The looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to a killer. An unsettling silence filled the room. Does not know if Dio did it or just thought it sounded cool. Culver was the first to speak.
Who did this? Say something! Answer me!
Please, Clover, calm down. We don't even know if she was killed.
Then what happened? An accident? You think a scalpel just dropped from the ceiling and stabbed her?
Cool it, kid.
You did it, didn't you?
Are you nuts?
Then who did it? Who killed her?
Clover, even if we assume that she was murdered, that doesn't necessarily mean the killer was one of us, does it?
Wait a minute. You went into the AB room with Alice during the last round, didn't you? Something happened in there, didn't it?
No, nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that! She wouldn't leave me! Something happened! If she was going to leave, she'd tell me! She...
Hey, Clover, don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit?
How can you look at her and say that? Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves! Oh, I see. I get it now. You're all in on it, aren't you? It wasn't just one killer. It was 6!
Come on, Clover, this isn't Murder on the Orient Express.
No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend, or I'm going to kill every last one of you bastards! You're all going to die just like she did!
Hey, hold on a minute.
9, 8, 7,
Clover!
6, 5, 4,
Clover!
3, 2, 1.
Yes. That rant about that movie, uh-huh. Oh, we don't have the information. To be continued. Still only one. Only one. Alright, well, it's time to go through the red door, methinks. Oh. Yeah, I can take a break. Probably should. I have Tales of Symphonia music pulled up right now, though. Are you guys chill with that being what plays? Why was it everyone else saying we don't know she was murdered? I mean, it's pretty damn obvious. Um, anything is possible. You gotta be. I think Fi was just trying to say, like, be reasonable. It's not. We don't know for sure. We can't just assume based on, like, what we're looking at. But yeah. I will take that break. I'll be back in a little bit. Look at that. A combination, Jumpy, to respond with that there's a good explanation, but you can't remember if we've seen all the pieces. You need to see the pieces. It's definitely a spoiler, because I need information. When I see the information that'll allow me to go down these routes, these will turn bluish green. So it's like, is there proof it wasn't murder? And how can Fi and Kay be saved? And then this one's just, I don't know why it's like this. I'm assuming it's because technically you're not supposed to... It's not like a to be continued, it's a, It's a, you can mess with the computer and bullshit your way through the password and the ID, but it would be very difficult to do that. Yeah, the game will tell us in another timeline. What's... Also, thank you. Both of you. Red door. Oh, God. I'll take Dio, that means the red door for us.
Whoa. Betting on the dark horse, huh? It feels kind of weird to say that about myself.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Anyway, might as well be polite.
I was like, the red door. Who do we go through the red door with? And then I was like, oh, that's right.
Thank you.
Are you okay with that, Clover?
Well, I don't really trust him, but if Alice really wants to go with option B...
Yes, this works fine.
Alice goes to Tenmyoji.
Okay, Tenmyoji, and I will take the green door. It's not great, but it's better than Dio. I'm good.
Well, I'm willing to do option B. Quark should be fine if he's with Luna.
Okay, I'll take good care of him, I promise.
What about Fi and Kay?
No problems here. I'll take Quark and Luna and we'll do the blue door.
I also approve of option B. I will take the green door, correct?
Yeah, good. Looks like we're all set. Kay nodded and handed Quark gently to Luna.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Coming!
Bad food in my mouth.
I know!
With seconds to spare, we leapt across the threshold.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
All right, and away we go. What is this? There are 3 different doors.
Which one do we take?
Dunno, but it looks like they're all locked anyway.
So this is a dead end? Great.
No, hold on. What's this thing?
Well, it's got a lever on it.
Don't get too attached. It's probably a lever.
Are you serious?
Yeah, pretty good, huh? Am I great or what? Huh?
Hey, Sigma, is this chick simple or something?
I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just take it easy with her, okay?
Hey! What kind of a gentleman has a secret conversation in front of a lady? I I guess it can't be helped, though. You boys just secrete secrets.
Do I say lever or lever? I say lever. Most of the time I say lever.
Oh man, I'm good.
Sigma, please, let me give her a smack.
I wouldn't do that. What if it only makes her worse?
Well, I think that's enough genius comedy for now. How about we throw that lever?
I thought you said we should stay away from it.
Well, you don't really think anything bad's gonna happen if you pull it, do you? Besides, it's not like we can go back.
Fine. I'll do it. Ready? Here we go!
And then he gets electrocuted. But only very mildly. Wait, she changed how she said lever? Actually, it was Dio who said lever, and then she punned it by saying, oh, watch out, it's probably a lever. Like, leave. Huh, the center one opened.
Looks like the others are still locked, though.
Okay, I don't need this image for a while.
Through the center one, then. Forward!
You don't get the pun? How far back can I scroll? Yeah, don't get too attached. It's probably a lever. Yeah. Without waiting for a response, Clover marched through the door. Dio and I shared a glance, shook our heads, and followed. It's the laboratory. What is this place? Oh, lame. Not even 1,000 ways to leave your... Oh! Oh my god.
Well, it said laboratory on the door, didn't it? I figure that means they're
I
dissecting
feel like we're
frogs
starting
or
to make
building
worse
mine raids or
puns than what
something.
Clover has made. A laboratory, huh? A laboratory.
Do you think they might research stuff like viruses here?
Labur.
If they do...
Good idea. We might be able to find some of that Excelivir.
If we do, we can cure Quark.
Yeah!
You really think it'll be that easy?
Well, somebody's a positive thinker.
Shut it. Just saying. This place hasn't exactly been set up for us to succeed so far.
Mission accomplished then. Why does my bitrate keep going into the red? Okay, it was just a quick flash, but it keeps like going into like a not quite stable green. Well, we won't know until we look. So let's get started. New escape room. Oh my god. You know what doesn't require the game mode to be on easy for? Hoppington. I will, however, still switch it to easy, just for the sake of getting all the extra conversations that don't have to do anything with Mr. Hoppington. Cylinder full of seeds. They're round. One half is colored and the other isn't. Colored liquids. Yeah, except we haven't even looked at that yet. Is this a microscope? Look at the floor. Now look at the ceiling. Hydroponics Research 1 and 2. Mission accomplished, then. Steps for dissecting a frog. Oh yeah. Prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Preparation 2. Prepare the 5 types of plant seeds. 2 long seeds, 3 round seeds. Oh yeah, research has shown as there a distinct and repeatable relationship between the fluid used and the type of seed. These relationships can be characterized in the following manner. The long seeds failed to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Round seeds in fluid B, yellow, and fluid D, cyan, failed to germinate. None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C. Non-marked seeds failed to germinate if in fluid A or fluid B, which are red and yellow. When the striped seeds were put into fluid D, cyan, and fluid E, blue, only 1 of them failed to germinate. And then, steps for dissecting a frog. Remove specimen from its preserving ethanol. Dispose of the ethanol by pouring it down the drain in the fume cupboard. The ethanol will be filtered and gathered in the liquid waste tank beneath the cupboard. Begin dissection using provided scalpel. Be sure to conduct your dissection inside the fume cupboard. What's this thing? Who knows? Looks like a ball. I did. I had to cut open several things in school. This are the same shape as the ships the Nibiru aliens fly. That's some imagination you got there. Earthworm, frog, chicken wing, sheep heart, sheep brain, cow eye, piglets, and the eggs that didn't hatch from the 6th grade's life science project. They would incubate chicken eggs, and whichever ones didn't hatch, they were given to our anatomy class. So we could see at what stage of development the chicks were in. Hello, Metro Police. What? They flew away. Oh, them some birds. Oh yeah, why cats overpopulate. Yeah, that was what I would have dissected if, PETA hadn't been like, no, it's inhumane to donate the cats that have to be euthanized for science. Don't do that. Or not donate, sell, honestly. And then shelters were like, cool, there goes a really good source of income. And then they had to euthanize more cats. Almost as if the thing that PETA was complaining about did not benefit the situation at all in the slightest. And instead actively made it worse. Yeah, it's not a good thing. Scalpel. It's a scalper. Sorry, it's a scalpel. As anyone with a brain knows, it's a tool used for surgery and dissection. Pretty fancy tray. Is that a cat playing with a ball of yarn? Are you even looking at it? It's a lion. How are you not kitten that? What? Sorry. Yeah, it's a sort of tick I picked up when I was a kid. Whenever I talk about cats, I kind of... Well, you heard. That's pretty weird. Yeah, it sucks. Demons, be gone! Stop throwing them around like that. They're not roasted soybeans. Besides, today's not Setsubun. Well, probably not. You know about Japanese culture, huh? One of my friends at school is a Japanese exchange student, so I've picked up a little bit. Huh? Why did they put a speaker here? That's a drain! What is wrong with you? It looks like a thigh tank. Are you for real? No, she's not. She just doesn't exist. There's a steel plate bolted across the door. I can't open it. I should get medicine for those tanks. That's the door we came in through. Huge water tanks. Nothing's swimming in them. They're not fish tanks. Probably water. The amount of water that flows out of each pipe. There aren't any units, but it looks like 80-somethings of water come out of the 70, or center, and each pipe after the split gets 40. It's not. I'm not gonna even... DNA extraction instructions. Proceed through the following steps to extract DNA from a plant's roots and seeds. Place plant material in designated blender and activate blender. Once the material has been thoroughly broken down, add in a solution of saline water. The liquid will be filtered and dripped down into a beaker. Once it has done so, pour the ethanol into the beaker. DNA will collect at the bottom of the beaker. Use an empty capsule to collect it. Can't find anything on why it's Super Danganronpa in Japan. Interesting. I am curious, but maybe they just decided to call it that. A blender. I don't think you'd use it for cooking, though. Some beakers. Meep, meep, meep. It's some beakers, guys. These look like something you might put specimens in. Stuff's on these, lots of stuff on these shelves. Lots of good stuff. Wow, this thing's full of nuts. They look yummy. They're not nuts. They're seeds. Nuts are seeds too, you know. I guess. Why don't you try one? No thanks. I don't want one of them to take root in my stomach. What the hell is this? They're always one number behind. So new Dynasty Warriors 7 in Japan is just called Dynasty Warriors 8 in the West. Huh. Maybe. What the hell is this, a dead spider? Maybe it's a fake beard. Have you ever seen a person with a beard like this? Yeah, my grandpa had one. Do I remember the name of his counterpart? No, I never do. I feel like someone's told me this before and I always forget. Looks like a root. It's probably some... Oh, Professor Honeydew. Ah. But yeah, I didn't say that. Sigma said that. He thought that. Beep, beep. I could just spam it. And then scroll up. And that's all he says. This is saline solution. What the hell, Clover? What if it had been poison or something? You worry too much. Wait, is that a legit ref to the Muppets? Yes. Yes. Because the first thing he says when you look at them is, it's a bunch of beakers. I just pretended to drink it. And how do you know it's saline? It says on the underside of the lid, silly. A frog! Look, it's Lord Hoppington. Don't give it a name. Aw, looks like he's dead. Yeah, he's probably been preserved. I think the liquid inside is ethanol. How do you know? The smell. Really? Yeah, it smells like disinfectant, right? And besides, scientists preserve stuff in ethanol all the time. Preserved frog, huh? Yeah, steps for dissecting a frog. Well, let's dissect that frog then, huh? Wait, hold on a second, Sigma. Planning to take the frog out of there? Yeah, so? You should probably pour that liquid into the drain first. Right, sorry. Don't want to get ethanol everywhere. I'll just pour the froggy ethanol into the drain. And set the frog over here. What? What a drain. The ethanol I poured in here should be in the liquid waste tank beneath the counter. Yeah. You know what to do with this frog, right? Slice the thing open enough. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Sigma, what are you gonna do with the scalpel? You gonna cut Lord Hoppington open? Well, I don't really have a choice, do I? But... poor Lord Hoppington. You freaking out about? It's dead. That's not the point! It's still sad! Yeah. It is kinda sad. Oh, for the love of... This frog is dead. It's an ex-frog. Ugh, fine. I'll do it. Hey, well, that saves me the trouble. Stop, amphibian mean to the frog. Blue capsule. Lord Hoppington. Why? You left us too soon! Shut up! I feel kind of bad for it. My favorite puzzle. I never forget the solution to that one, because I was like, oh, there must be a hint as to which direction these valves should face. Like the last time we had a valve puzzle in 999. No, they just all have to be in the middle. Right. I've done this before. A is this one. D is this one. Yeah, that's right. Yep. I did a whole, like, graph when I did this the first time. And then just did process of elimination. You've sown your seeds! Don't say that. Huh? Why not? Just don't. A red capsule. This is what came out of Duke Hoppington's tummy? Yeah. Then, could his soul be in here? Oh, jeez, I didn't think of that. Duke Hoppington, you were taken too soon. Baron Hoppington! Oh, was there a regime change? Oh. Root in the mixer. Oh, yeah. DNA extraction. Instructions. Saline. Or ethanol. Wait for it to separate. And then you grab empty capsule. Stick it in there. I mean, not here, obviously. I get it. Just put it in the hole. You're making it worse. Are you gonna use those seeds in the mixer? Yeah, you think I shouldn't? No, I just mean, don't you think you should put all of them in? You mean all 5 different types of seeds? Yeah. Interesting. Why not? Yellow! Look! The screen changed! going on? Put in the yellow capsule, right? I think it reacted to that. Why? I don't know. Thinking what? The thing we put in had plant DNA in it, right? Maybe that caused this. Okay. Blue password. Moon, moon, star. Just do that since it's right there. Sigma, come here. Right. Oh god, this. The frog was alive yesterday, but they are not today. I see. I don't know why I said I say. Oh yeah. Adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. Yeah. I just sort of like... Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit! Okay, this one just doesn't move. Okay, which one moves? There, got it. I just had to figure out what order to do it in. Okay. Ah, did it. You want a treat? I'm not hungry. You're turkey. What in the hell? Sun, sun, moon. Nice. Easy puzzle. Ah! It opened. First is map. Key cards. A notebook. What the heck is this? Maybe it's Brazilian. They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Anyway, what else have we got here? Is that medicine? What's it say on the label? A-X-E-L-A-V-I-R. Axle liver? Axe lever? Wait, didn't Luna say something about, Excelavir? You're right! This is it! This is Excelavir! It's the cure for Radical 6! Whoa, hold on. Let me see that. Later. We need to get out of here as quick as possible. Yeah, we need to get this stuff to Quark. First, we gotta get out of this room. Yeah, but that's easy. You're got it, right? Yeah, let's go. Got the Accelavir. And also we found our way out. Woo!
Hey, hold on a minute. There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check. Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
Huh?
First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we? I
Yeah.
was just wondering what it was.
Well, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to answer that. Aside here, there's a name or something. IG Replicator?
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah, probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Of course! This machine must be here so we can just make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? You're one idiotic girl, you know that? In other words, an IG.
Oh, good one.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes.
It's always the time for stupid jokes, Dio.
There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
Oh. He was right, of course. Instagram, most likely. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine, right?
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right?
Yeah?
The vial. Could you show it to me again? I didn't
Why?
really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Accelavir?
Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled the vial out of my pocket. See, it's written right there on the label. Accelavir.
You really are an idiot.
Huh?
Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
What? I don't... Words are barely out of my mouth when he moved. I guess not. Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Hey, what gives?
What are you doing?
Dio slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later.
No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
Ally? Wait, is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
I didn't realize until they started to hurt that I'd curled my hands into fists. If Dio would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Accelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
Damn it.
That's not fair.
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be. So, what are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick ally?
Fine. Promise.
Sigma!
Ah, I knew you'd say it eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works, but don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and, well, you know what happens. See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
With one last self-satisfied chuckle, strutted out of the room.
Are you really going to do what he says?
Yeah.
Sigma, you've only got one BP right now. If we choose ally and he chooses betray...
He called us chumps. I know. He did. I know. I'll drop to -1. That means I'll get penalized.
But that means...
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will...
So you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. I was like, oh, which door are we going through? Which one? Who goes with us through the red door? Oh, Dio. Oh. Oh, Dio. Right.
An ambidex gate
Dio.
has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Sorry, I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio. In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you, I'm really looking forward to the next round.
I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back. Dios mio, as was Vi. And, of course, Clover. Where are Tenmyoji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I see.
How's he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then, huh?
Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
What is that outfit? It's Alice's outfit. A laboratory.
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelivir?
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelivir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
My eyes flicked to Dio for a moment. No, nothing. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
So, how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Vi only shook her head. With a unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alice and Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice, Kay, and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelivir hidden somewhere in there.
What a bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
I'll... I'll... Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover, and they disappeared through the magenta door. Neo and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. Okay then. Guess we should be going too.
Hold on. Show me that journal first.
Dio
told me about it. He wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language. He said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Yeah. One sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Phi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one. Phi wants my notes.
This is Latin.
Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
So in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind of research log. It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it. Mostly conjunctions and things like that.
Who knows Latin anyways?
But most of these words I've never even seen before.
Perhaps maybe the character with their name being a Latin letter. Phi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Then suddenly she stopped.
Wait. I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
Your Igus is showing, Phi. Yeah. What's it say?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute. Interesting. Alright, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
What? Why are they talking about that?
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a 1-to-1 basis, with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to 1 to the square root of 1/6, approximately 1 to 1 to 408. You get what that. It's slow. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only roughly 0.5 seconds, or not really, 0.41 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or square root of 6 seconds, have passed outside. In other words, when 10 seconds pass in the real world, a patient infected with Radical 6 would feel as if only 4 seconds had passed. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Radical is another term for what is also known as the root operation, the function inverse to the taking of a power. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The exact cause of this is unclear, and although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed, many believe that they are not unrelated. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if it were a videocassette being fast-forwarded. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact, 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6. We've been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I've continued my efforts to discover an alternative means of treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day I see more crows, and rats are everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved. I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Whoa, that's a lot of information. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. You get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's, what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself.
There are two other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet.
That was paraphrased? Yeah, she's really good at paraphrasing with as much detail as possible.
What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Accelavir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people, too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite.
You were AFK? What did you miss? We just got an explanation as to what Radical 6 specifically does to the body.
The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters? Which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's been infected, right?
Then maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the Nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions. I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Vi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
I've changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
And with that, she was gone. Have you considered the reason his psychotic rabbit puppet? But yeah, we learned that Radical 6 slows down the processing speed of the human brain by the root of 1/6. Or the square root of 1/6. So, like, if 10 seconds have passed in the real world, somebody with Radical 6, or rather, no, to a person with Radical 6, when they believe that only 10 seconds have passed, it's actually been 24.5 seconds. So it's like, this overload of, like, trying to gather information because your brain is slowed down so much develops a strong urge to commit suicide. That is what Radical 6 does. I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. Hence the content warning. Though I may have to update it to actual, like, content warning suicide. That's some 3-letter agency shit right there.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
So when Quark started acting weird and grabbed a scalpel and tried to stab himself, that was Radical 6.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
Made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal and the thing Fi and I had talked about would definitely need to be addressed. For the moment, the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. That's not very radical, bro. Lives were at stake. Mine and Quark's. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with Excelivir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was, then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? So faint, I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly, my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. I had considered letting Quark die, even for a minute, was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes.
They fixed
remain
it? Wait, what do you
until
mean they
Ambidex
fixed it?
game polling closes.
Does the Vita version mess up there?
All players, please enter your votes.
Is there a text error in the original?
If no vote is recorded before
Originally,
the
it was
deadline has
misspelled
passed,
choice.
any
Oh
non-voting
no.
parties will automatically ally. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Looks like it's almost time.
Just one of them. Oh.
You two should head back.
What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote,
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
Aw, damn. That must have... Weird, though, because there are still typos in this game. It's weird how they fixed some, but not all of them. What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has 1 BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
Tenmyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
okay.
Let's go. Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenmyoji and Quark behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Accelavir from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. I'd made up my mind to choose ally no matter what, but... part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now I'd made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes ally, I can't choose betray. If I do, Kay's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
Ha ha ha. You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Yeah, we definitely believe you now, Kay. Uh-huh. Kay continued briskly toward the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Phi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right, and were soon out of sight inside it. Alright, Clover. Time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to?
You misspelled the misspelling? Oh!
No. No way. He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points.
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chose Ally and we chose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelavir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backward with all my strength.
Ow!
Sorry. I guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die! Dio's going to kill you! You can't do this! I don't want you to die.
Ten seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
Clover, you're not the main character. You can't operate
Round
that.
2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation.
Well...
Ambidex gates now opening.
We're about to die. We made our choice. Never played this before? Well, it's quite a ride. Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed toward the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked, and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on!
Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus. I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it. You'll keep your promise. God damn it. I groaned, and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then at last... a smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw up my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back. Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
Don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Elevir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
Kept my promise. Now, you. I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Elevir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. Label said, unmistakably, Elevir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay?
Sigma! Sigma!
Yes, this is it.
First is the Soparil, which put you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
9 minutes. Once the Soparil was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up till the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. Could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Kill Dio. Hey, Death, fuck you. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think! If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. Fade to black! To be continued. Thinking, my one weakness. Oh, would you look at that? There's some information there. However, I think I'm gonna just keep going to the right, and then we'll double back for these. So,
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Do I keep going until I get into a room? I probably should. Tenmyoji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that?
You chose betray, huh? That's messed up.
What? You said I should!
Hey, I didn't say that. I just asked you a question. What would happen to our BP if Tenmyoji chose to betray us?
It was a leading question. Oh, I get it. I was wondering why you were so happy to let me choose after you lost in rock, paper, scissors. You were planning to use me as a scapegoat all along.
Was I?
God damn it.
Yo,
What's up? Ziggy! Fido! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Anyway, we need to go have a look at the results first. Come on.
Hey, wait! Shit.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally, let's get ready to rock! Ambidex game! Round 1! The results!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Whoops. Uh-oh. Huh? He betrayed when we chose ally. What do you mean?
Here
Oh
are the
my
results
God.
from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
I got betrayed?
He chose ally? Why? He chose betray last time.
Last time? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. The truth was, I didn't know why I'd said that either. Words just appeared in my mouth before I knew I was saying them.
Oh, you're the one who chose betray. I should be asking you why.
I told him you might choose betray.
Phi, you...
I can't believe you. I'd never choose betray. I trusted you two, and this is what I got.
Ah, I apologize.
Phi, you don't need to apologize. I was the one who did it. I pushed the button.
Oh, yeah. I guess you've got a point.
Huh? Wait, what?
It's Sigma's fault. You want to blame someone, blame him.
What the hell, Phi?
Ah, what, you gonna fight each other now? I don't care which one of you pushed the button.
Does he canonically have slight memory of the past timelines? Yes, there will be an explanation behind why. It's something very similar to the previous game in the series, 999. But yes, he is drawing upon the knowledge of other routes and is subconsciously remembering that information, but is not consciously aware that he is remembering that.
I'm never trusting either of you again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This isn't over. Just you wait.
I tried to think of something to say, but before I could come up with the right words, he was gone. I spun around. Phi! What the fu- But she was gone too. Ugh, where the hell? How'd she just disappear like that? That's... Your username. Jumpy. As I looked around the room for Phi, I noticed that Clover, Kay, and Luna seemed to be having some kind of an argument as well. I moved closer and did my best to listen surreptitiously.
Why did you do it? Sorry. I guess I wanted to get out of here as soon as possible, you know?
I apologize, but I felt the same way.
But if we all choose ally, then we could all escape together. It only takes 3 turns to get 6 points. That would be enough to get us out. Why? Well, of course we know that. But if we betray, then it's faster.
You also have a Naruto shirt and you never watched that.
If your opponent chooses ally and you choose betray, then you gain 3 points. Do that twice and you get 6 points. You see?
If you ally, then you have to play the AB game 3 times.
But if you betray somebody, you only have to do it twice.
Why are you acting like that's the right thing to do? I almost feel like you're blaming me or something.
We aren't trying to blame you.
But, I mean, if you just think about it, wouldn't it make sense to choose betray? Forget it. I understand now. It was silly of me to trust you guys.
Oh, Luna. Luna walked off with her head buried between her shoulders. Her back trembled as if perhaps she were crying. I couldn't see her face. Alice, Dio, and Quark, however, seemed to be having some issues of their own. I betrayed her too? Yeah, because I had to. That wasn't... I didn't have Clover's reasoning.
Fine. You just wait.
Man, this is all your fault, Quark.
My fault? Why are you blaming me?
They exchanged dark looks, then stomped off in different directions.
Zero, when does the next
Had
round
or
start?
very much loved every second. Had! I had no choice. Woo! Info dump. Something something points to open the door. If your points are below 0, you die. And it's super suckage. Thinking about how we got captured. Now let's go talk to people. It's all conversations we've already had. Something something Saturn's rings are sexy, Dio is weird. Radical 6. Being a thing, and then we leave. We go to the infirmary.
Sigma.
Tenmyoji's not happy with us, and it's new because different stuff.
What do you want?
What do I want? What do you think I'm here to play, Doctor? Only if you're secretly Clover.
Tell you what, how about I'll be the doctor? You get on the exam table, and I'll cut you open with that scalpel over there.
Man, are you still pissed?
What the hell do you think? My BP's down to 1 thanks to you.
Come on, I already told you I was sorry.
Yes, and that makes it all better. You goddamn idiot.
Well, then what the heck am I supposed to do?
Piss off.
Seems like I'm already doing that.
You don't know the half of it. Just get out of my sight.
Easy solution then. Just close your eyes.
Leave before I make yours black. The last guy I fought went home in an ambulance.
Shouldn't have picked a fight with a paramedic then.
Shut up.
Fine. I shoved my hands in my pockets and looked around the room. So is it just you here?
On this side of the divider, yeah.
Okay, this I believe is all the same. Yep.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna tell that to someone who betrayed me.
Alright, fine. I'll just ask Quark. Quark! And then he has, like, mental overload. And it's like, oh my god, dude, the dead lady is on the other side of the partition with him. What are you doing? Crew quarters. This is all the same. So it's A-okay. They're talking about the Noner game that happened a year ago. Quark goes apeshit. We knock him out. He has Radical 6. 5 minutes until the chromatic doors open. You guys like my my addended, my very brief explanation for what's going on? So how are we gonna do this?
I won't go with Sigma.
Okay, fine.
He betrayed me last time.
Alright. What about Phi?
You hit the button, right, Sigma?
Well, yes, but...
I don't want to go with Dio. Same reason. I can't trust that he won't betray me again.
Thanks a lot, Quark. You've single-handedly torpedoed my reputation.
Well, that leaves us with option B.
No, we can't do option B.
Why not?
Sorry, Luna, but I can't trust you, or Phi either. The way he is right now, someone's going to have to carry Quark. I just can't afford to give him to someone I don't trust.
I thought you trusted Phi.
Not enough for this.
Then what do you intend to do?
Quark shifted silently in Kay's arms.
Quark is a solo, as are you, Tenmyoji. Solos can't pair with one another.
Super
You do
suck.
remember
It's just that Power Rangers show, right? Yeah, we'll go with that. That's what that is.
Yeah, of course I do. I didn't say there wasn't anyone I trusted. There's one person.
Who do you trust, then?
Clover.
What? Me?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Why?
I can't tell you. I just know that you'll keep him safe.
Well, that's nice of you to say, but my partner is Sigma. Are you sure you want me to take him?
It's fine. Clover, you just vote by yourself. Make Sigma wait outside the AB room.
No. If Clover takes Quark, then we have to go with option C, right? That means I'll be stuck with Dio. There's no way in hell I'm going to let that happen.
Who do you want to pair up with, then?
Isn't it obvious? Quark. Remember what the announcement said? Something about how the system will automatically vote ally for anyone who doesn't enter their own vote in time? If Quark doesn't wake up by then.
No! See, this is exactly why I can't trust any of you.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
We don't have time to argue this. Let's take a vote. Those opposed to C?
Alice and Dio's hands went up.
What? Why don't you want C, Dio?
Well, if she's got that much of a hate-on for me, that hardly plays into my hands, does it?
Fine, whatever. I assume anyone who didn't raise their hand is all right with option C, then?
No one objected. I kept my mouth shut, too. Just as Alice had said, there was an excellent chance that Quark would default to ally. If that happened, he'd make a great opponent. I'd choose ally, of course, but it would be good to not have to worry about him choosing betray.
All right. 6-2 in favor.
Wait, what about me?
Stay here if you don't like it. I imagine your partner might have something to say about that, though.
Kay handed Quark to me gently, then crossed his arms, and turned to face Alice. Her jaw clenched as she stared up at him, and I could see the gears turning inside her head.
Fine.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Hurry, Clover. The door's closing.
Right.
Hey, take care of Quark.
Don't worry about it. I got a good grip on Quark, nodded to 10 Myoji, and took off for the door. Our feet slapped against the metal floor as we ran. The empty voice of the announcer echoed in my ears.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
The green door. Whoa! Huh? Is this a dead end?
Well, there are 3 doors here. But it looks like they're all locked.
What's this thing? It's got a lever on it.
Can you pull the lever?
Come on, my hands are kind of full right now.
Oh, yeah. I can take Quark then.
You really don't want to touch that thing, do you?
Well, I mean, look at it. It looks suspicious. Like I'm gonna touch it and whoosh, a bunch of poison needles fly out of the wall. Maybe if I had, like, a piece of wood to move it with or something.
I think you might be a little paranoid.
Then you do it.
Fine. I shifted Quark over to one shoulder and flipped the switch with my free hand. See? No needles. Everything's fine.
For now, only one of the doors opened.
Did you see the plaque on that door before it opened? I think it said something like treatment center.
Do you think that's some kind of medical thing?
First an infirmary, now this. Why do I keep ending up in these places? I glanced over at Quark, asleep on my shoulder. Hey. You know what? We may have lucked out.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, if this is where they treat people, maybe they've got something that can cure Quark.
Oh. Yeah.
Let's head on in then.
Okay.
What are those?
It says on the side, treatment pod.
So I guess it treats people? Maybe it could help Quark.
Yeah.
Damn, no good. It's locked. Let's take a look around. Maybe something in here will tell us how to unlock this door.
Okay.
Clover nodded and bounced off to examine the room. I lay Quark down just outside of the door to the treatment center. Mostly because there's a safe on the couch. I'd lay him on the couch, but there's a safe in the way. Clover might have been overly paranoid about the lever, but there was no harm in being cautious. Hang on there, little guy. We'll get you fixed up soon. I ruffled his hair gently, then turned and headed back into the room. I had some investigating to do. Except we're not doing it, because it's 9 p.m. Switch the difficulty to easy for next time, just in case I forget. 16 hours. We're about halfway through. of how, because that's the thing, it takes a while to get endings in this game, but once you get the information, it's just like ending, 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 ending. Dio's is really, literally the only one that doesn't require, like, a to be continued, find the information in another timeline thing. Just genuinely. Just interesting. We've passed Liz's stream length. Yeah. We measure the save data counter time in how long that stream was to defeat Elizabeth. Alright, say goodbye to YouTube! That stream was almost 2 nonary games. Yeah. Yes, goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye.